Thank you, Arno, for that lovely introduction. আমার নাম দিব্য, as he said. So, এই টাইটেলটা কিন্তু আমি ঠিক করিনি। অরণ্য আমায় ফোন করে বলেছিল যে তোমাকে একটা সেশন নিতে হবে। আমি বললাম কী সেশন? বললো জার্নি থ্রু ডিফারেন্ট স্টাইলস অফ মিউজিক। বললাম ওকে, দ্যাটস ডিফিকাল্ট বিকজ দেয়ার আর লট অফ স্টাইলস অফ মিউজিক. No single person can be an expert in many styles of music. It's not possible. But আমি এই 1-1.5 ঘন্টার মধ্যে যেটা করার চেষ্টা করব, I will try to give you guys the experience of what it is like playing different kinds of music. Not just listening, but playing to different kinds of music. If you play different kinds of music, the way you listen also changes. So it's something that I discovered myself. I started learning the violin when I was very young. খুব ছোট বয়স থেকে শিখছি, class 2 থেকে class 3 থেকে Mr. Abraham মজুমদারের কাছে. And I learned Western classical music from him. যখন আমি 18 বছর 19 বছর বয়স হয় আমার, আমি তখন জ্যাজ বাজাতে আরম্ভ করি, specifically gypsy jazz. So in this session I will try and give you guys an impression of what it is like listening to and playing Western classical music and jazz, which are very different genres. So let's begin. Has everybody heard this tune? Pum pa pum pa 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 pum pum pa pum pa 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 pum. What comes next? Yeah, go on, go on. Go on. Yeah. Perfect. This is a very literate audience. I'm clapping for you guys. It's awesome. I did not expect to get to the end of that phrase, but we did. We did. So I'll sing it once, just to. So it's pum pa pum. You can sing with me. Ta 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 tum tum ta tum ta 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 tum. Pam pa ti 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 ta ra ta ti 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 ta ra ta ti 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 ta ra ta ti 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 ta 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 ra ra pa ta bi bi ra pa pi bi bam. So এটা নিয়ে কি কারুর দ্বিমত আছে যে অন্য কিছু, or is it this? কারো দ্বিমত নেই? Okay, that's great. So now the thing is, the piece that we sang, it's on the thing, it's Eine kleine Nachtmusik by Mozart, translates as a little night music. But you see, the part that you sang is one part. If you can see the picture, there are at least about 20 people playing. Are they all playing the same line? Are they all playing pum pa pum pi 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 pum pum pa pum pa 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 pum pum pa 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 pum? Are they all playing that? I assume all of you have heard this piece on behind when cars are reversing, on advertisements, on mobile phones, etc. But why is it that there are about 30 or 40 people in this room সবাই ওই পার্টটা গাইলো? Have you ever thought about it? There are 4 different parts going on simultaneously. 4. We sang 1. Does anybody have any idea? Can you sing any part of this piece? Just oituku, which is not tam ta 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 ra ta ti 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 ri ti. Do you know what's happening underneath or above that? I assume you don't. So I'm going to sing a part, a finite line. Tell me if you guys have heard it. Pum pa pum pi 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 pum pum pa pum pa 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 pum yam pa 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 ra di ri ta pa ta pa ta pa ta pa ta pa ta pa ta ri di ri ta pa ta pa ta pa ta pa ta pa ta pa ta tum tum. Have any of you heard this? This is what is called the viola. It's the viola part. It's slightly bigger than a violin and it's slightly smaller than a cello. I'll sing another part for you guys. Pum pa pum pi 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 pum pum pa pum pa 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 pum 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 pim pim pum pum pa 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 pum. That is the cello part. Why am I spending time talking about these things? Because you see, Western music, which is one of the styles that I will talk about, it gets its beauty, it gets its profundity, its depth from what we call harmony or part writing or counterpoint. So I will play this piece, and I want you guys to not listen to tanta ti 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 ta ra ta ti 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 ta ra ta ti 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 ta. I want you to listen to this. This is the viola line. I'll sing it one more time so you know what you have to listen out for. So I'll sing it again. Pum pa pum pi 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 pum pum pa pum pi pa 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 pum 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 pari tiri yum pum 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 pari tiri tan 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 tan. It's just the first 10 bars. See if you can identify it. A bit difficult, no? It's a bit difficult. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah? The higher notes always get our ear, and this is, I would say, it's not a universal phenomenon. You see, all of our ears are constructed by which society we grow up in, what music we listen to. So, on a default setting, even though one cannot talk of default settings after the arrival of the internet, because people listen to anything and everything, the Indian ear, if I can talk about something like this, because I'm not sure if it exists, the Indian ear is accustomed to listening to the melody and is accustomed to listening to the percussion. It is not easy for us who are born into this tradition to identify things which are happening in the middle. There are historic cultural reasons for that. Our instruments, our music did not develop harmony because we followed a different kind of philosophy while making instruments, different kinds of philosophy while teaching our students music. So I'll play it again, and I'll try and sing the viola part, so you can try and isolate. I'll sing it with the piece. Tum 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 tum. Yum tum 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 tara tara tum 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 tara 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 tara. Is it a little better? Okay, so let me try visually. So the thing that they play like this, it's bigger than a violin, is a cello. It's on the right-hand side of the semicircle. The two women who are sitting to the right of the cello, so ডান দিক থেকে গুনলে 1, 2, 3 and 4, third and fourth chairs, they are playing the viola. So when you visually try and match their hand movements with what I was singing, and it might get a bit easier. We'll try it one more time. Make sense? Make sense? So that's one other part. There are two more. Can you imagine? There are two more. So when you... Okay, let's try and identify it. I'll play it a bit. I grew up in an orchestra and I played second violin. ইংরেজিতে second violin বা second fiddle means something not so nice. It means you're not the hero. You're the sidekick of the hero, if you get what I mean. But in an orchestral setting, it means something a bit different. So I'll play the second violin part live because I know it by heart because I grew up playing it, no other reason. This is how it goes. Try and listen for that. Try and listen to that. Can you identify where the second violins are sitting? Anybody? Yeah. The person in the middle. Absolutely. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 and 4 from the left in the first row. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are playing second violin. I'll play it one more time. Look at those two women, and you'll see their bow movements match what I just played. That leaves us with the last voice, which is the cello. So I sang it for you guys. I know you will not be able to pick it out because this is not a question of are you good enough to pick it out. It's not that. It's a question of practice. It's a question of being in a tradition. Like I'm a Western musician myself, so I'm not very good at playing meads, or I'm not very good at doing laikari or things like this because it's not part of my tradition. It doesn't mean one is better or one is worse. It's just how history has worked out in some ways. Why it has worked out in that way is a separate discussion. I will not go into that. But the cello part, I'll play it once, even though it's 2 octaves below my instrument. So it sounds like this. That is the part which makes it, how shall I say, beautiful, for lack of a better word. Listen to the cello. There are the big instruments on the right, and the double bass, which is the tall guy in the background, he will double up the cello. So he will play the exact same thing. So try and listen for it. Can you hear? So why am I saying this? You see, regardless of where you were born, whether in Antarctica or in Murshidabad, the thing is, if you even if you don't, if you can't point it out, you hear it. You don't listen to it, but you hear it. There is a distinction between listening and hearing. So when you're listening to Western music and it invokes feelings in you, or whatever it is, if it does something, it's because these notes, these 3 other voices that I pointed out, they also act upon your ears, and they influence what you hear. It's not just one line. So when you're listening to Western music, specifically classical music, because that's the example, it is always useful to figure out what the other parts are doing. When I say the other parts, I don't mean, I mean everything apart from the melody, because we can identify the melody very easily. It comes very naturally to us. But if you listen to the other parts, you have a better appreciation of the music. You connect with it on a slightly different level, and it's not monochromatic. It's like, do you guys watch football? Tomra ki football dekho? I assume. So, you know, in football, tactically, it's not about who has the ball. It's about what the other players who don't have the ball are doing. How are they setting up an offside trap? How are they, going up the wings? How are they in the midfield? So that determines the speed and direction of play. Much the same here. So this is an example of what I want this session to be about, because I want you guys to go away from this with a new ear, if it is possible to create a new ear within an hour or so.